On this episode of Video is Vital, episode 5, we are talking about crowdfunding for your business, utilizing live streaming, and building a legitimate following.
Intro, by the way.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Speaking of intro, my lovely guest is Imoto. Should I say your last name? Harney?
Harney.
Imoto Harney.
I'm part Irish. I embrace it.
She's with Captain Crazy Productions, one of the, I would say you're based in Atlanta, but you're really kind of all over the place. So
yeah, I would say Atlanta and Los Angeles now these days.
So how long have you been like in business? Because that's kind of what this whole show is about, is just business and entrepreneurship.
Sure. I started my company in 2008.
Okay.
I was freelancing for several years before that, but it was finally time to strap the boots on and be incorporated and take it to the next level.
So just so you guys know, like last week in episode 4, we were talking about being in front of the camera and using your own like authentic self and uniqueness to kind of promote your brand and tell your story. And there's no one really more authentic and unique than Imoto herself. And let me tell you, this chick hustles more than any of you out there. So I'm running from her because she out hustles me probably, and I'm like just trying to catch up.
Well, no, I hire you, but you hire me too.
Yeah. So it's a cool friendship, but she works so hard. It's kind of crazy. But I don't know if you know this, but there's this cool thing that just came out. I got it in my email recently. I actually posted it on our Facebook page. But YouTube put out this update, and nonprofits can put like a video card or a card or like an overlay on their video for their viewers and their audience to donate. So they can donate in like increments of 5, 10, whatever. You can look up the details, but it's a brand new update. I thought it was pretty phenomenal for YouTube to do that.
Yeah, it's almost about time for YouTube to do that.
Exactly.
Because Vimeo has donation buttons.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I know you've had a lot of experience with crowdfunding and raising money for certain projects and certain other ventures that you've been involved in. So like, what's just some tips, like what would you have to say about talking to an entrepreneur or a business person that's on Kickstarter for a fundraiser?
Yeah, well, I mean, the most important thing to know is that Kickstarter isn't just for TV and film projects, which is, from our background, that's kind of all we know it for. Mm-hmm. We have a short film or a feature film. We want to raise money from our friends that will donate, which is the best way. You're not working with investors, so you're keeping all the profit yourself, except for the couple percentage that Kickstarter or Indiegogo or GoFundMe and like 10 to 20 more other funding sites.
GoFundMe's gotten like really popular.
Yeah. Well, so they all have like their different niche market, right?
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, the whole part of crowdfunding is you're tapping into the hearts of your audience, who are initially your friends and family.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why an entrepreneur starting a new business wouldn't go on GoFundMe. It might actually be the place for them to go, based off of who their market is. And that's one thing about crowdfunding, isn't just to raise money for your business to start up. Say you already have that money, it's an awesome way of just advertising yourself to a network that you wouldn't originally have connections to.
So like, to bring it back to like just the whole video thing, how then important is, like in your campaigns, has video been to helping your crowdfunding campaigns be successful?
I mean, I would not have been able to do the 2 projects that I did do Kickstarter.
So let me ask you this then. Like, I mean, you're a video production company, so obviously you can create a video like that and it'd be stellar. But what about someone who like has no money, they have an idea for a product, and they just have like drawings and sketchings of that product? What would you say?
I would say get your smartphone and just start filming yourself. Yeah. I mean, there's no one's thinking about production value when you're watching these videos. They're thinking about authenticity, and if they like you, and if you seem like super sincere, If you have a new product, you want to get out there or something like that, walk around with your phone and show off the product and just talk to people like as if you were actually letting them know what you're trying to get into.
And actually, if you have like a prototype or something of your product, if you've gotten to that stage and you're just starting an Indiegogo Kickstarter, take your product out on the streets in the public and freaking give it to, like, hey, Imoto, try this product out, and film them as they're trying to get their first reaction and everything. And if you film 10 people and all 10 of those people's reactions suck and think your product sucked, you need to start over. I mean,
then you shouldn't be crowdfunding for it anyway.
Exactly,
because you start from square one.
Yeah, you can't. Marketing doesn't matter if your product is literally shit. So just, but with that being right, am I right? But
no, yeah, you gotta have something good.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, so this is like one little thing. I don't know if this is too off tangent, but with these crowdfunding businesses, right? And you're an entrepreneur, and your company name is attached to these fundraisers. If you don't make your goal, it sits on the internet forever. And because Kickstarter is one of the top rated Google Analytics sites, like with SEO and everything, if I type in your company's name, I promise you the first thing that's gonna pop up is your Kickstarter campaign. And if it says that you only raised $300, but you're trying to raise 20 grand, good luck trying to get investors later on down the road. You just lost your whole credibility of being able to sell a product.
That's true.
So it's not just something where you can, oh, it's so easy, I can just click, click, click. It's like, no, when you do this campaign, you need to be working 8 hours a day, every day, building a team that can help you do those hours of interacting with social media, building a team that you can trust to actually come through, because you will find a lot of people being like, oh yeah, I'll help you with your campaign. And then when it comes down to it, you're sitting there by yourself, like hitting up all your friends and families on Facebook.
Yeah. So that's really good stuff, which when you were talking about that, it brought me to another idea of like, you know, if you only raise 300 when your goal is 20,000 and like you didn't get the following that you expected, for some reason in the back of my mind, I thought about like people on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter like buying likes. Like they search and like literally pay, I don't know, say $100 for what, 1,000 likes or something. So all those likes are coming from like some made up
India, Indonesia.
So like,
they're just like clicking services.
I feel like there's a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners who want to get popular and big so fast on social media that buying fake likes is a very big temptation. And honestly, you're kind of...
No, because they're fake, and those people aren't going to be buying your products in the long run.
Exactly.
So you have 5,000 fake likes on your Facebook page, and then you launch a campaign, and then the only people that donate it is your mom and your grandmother, and your grandmother is writing you a check and not even using the campaign services.
Exactly.
You realize that the likes don't really do much. It's a good facade to start off, to be like, oh, look at my product, but as an entrepreneur, you have to be realistic. You want customers. You don't want a facade. You want people that are going to interact with you and buy your product no matter what it is.
So do you think it's the risk? Do you think
it's
worth the risk?
You know how you can tell when someone buys likes? You know how you can tell?
No, I'm kidding.
I don't buy likes. No, so if you look at someone's page, it could be Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you can buy likes. Instagram, they have apps where you can do that.
Yeah.
You look at, like say if it's a Facebook page, for example, they have 10,000 followers, or likes, I guess is Facebook. And then they post something and like only 1 or 2 people like it.
Yeah, that's good.
You're not buying likes on individual
there's no
posts.
interaction.
And it's automatically like me as a consumer, if I see that, I already know that they're bullshit. Yeah. And it's like, I'll go to someone else where it actually is real.
Exactly.
You know?
But so like back to what you said, like, you know, maybe just starting out, but do you honestly think it's worth the risk, say if they get caught buying likes and then they get kind of blacklisted, or like Facebook doesn't really give them much leeway as far as advertising and stuff goes? Is it worth the risk being in business?
It's not really worth it, because if you can't put the groundwork and
the groundwork should come first.
Yeah, you know, you should be trying to reach your customers. Like that's what it's all about. So it's just, It's just one of those things.
And like you said just a few minutes ago, it's about like the interaction. So like you stated it perfectly. If you buy 10,000 likes and then you're posting picture after picture, status after status, and you're only getting like 2 or 3 likes or one retweet or whatever, it looks bad, but at the same time, it's not true interaction. So you may have 10,000 likes, but
who's really looking at your product?
You have to interact and engage with your clients and your customers and your audience. So what's really cool is, and I don't know if you know this or not, but like, you know, live streaming was huge, and it's just kind of like creeped up more and more. And Facebook actually just kind of launched live streaming to everybody. Wow, so awesome. Like for your business or you know, your product or service, utilize Facebook live streaming, because it's just another way to interact with your clients or customers. So any thoughts on that?
Well, from my experience, live streaming became a huge phenomenon after Twitch TV emerged in 2011. Now they have like 14 million broadcasters and 10 million viewers every month. So YouTube started live streaming, they caught on, and then now Facebook a year later or so has caught on too. And actually Facebook, I feel like, gets the most shit for being like a social media network, as far as like, you know, people rant about politics, people rant about their bad lives and blah, 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 and it doesn't really look good. You do realize when you post negative stuff about your life or about some other people may not be commenting to you directly, but be sure that they're behind your back talking to other friends, being like, can you believe that person just posted that? Like, you have to be careful about what you put on the internet. You should be using Facebook to advertise. It's the strongest form of advertising. I know you really want to say something, but this is important because Facebook actually has a really good ad service. I'm not sponsored by Facebook, but I have used their actual where you can buy advertisement space. Promote your ad
or your post.
So for the longest time, I thought that was just a Facebook scam kind of thing, another way for, you know, Zuckerberg to get your money, sort of thing. But it actually works.
You're like one of the only people I hear say that.
Really? Because I did it for real. I put a decent amount of money into my advertising.
What's a decent amount?
I put like a couple hundred, you know.
It's a decent amount.
Slow. You know, you're like, oh, I'll do $5. That's not going to get you that far. And in that video, it got like 20,000 views. And then 300 likes, and that was the biggest interaction I ever received.
Now, when you say like likes, you mean on that video?
On that particular video.
So how did that transfer to like your page, though?
So hopefully, when they like the video, they followed through to the page, and then they like the page.
So how important would you say it is to, before you pay to sponsor a post, to have other content on your page, like maybe another list of videos?
Your page better be decked out. I mean, maybe you don't have a lot of video, but your profile should be filled out completely. You should have a reference, website reference. You know, the About Us should be filled out. You should have contact information. I mean, don't half-ass it.
So once again, thanks for joining us on episode 5 of Video is Vital. We hope you enjoyed having Imoto as much as I did. Really good stuff. Really good content.
Can you do a summary of what we just talked about?
I would, but this is like a 30-minute video, so I don't know.
What did we just get out of this?
I'll do a summary. So what we got out of it is
what did we learn
use video to crowdfund. It doesn't matter if you hire someone like us to do it or if you do it yourself. And utilize live streaming. I mean, honestly, she said like back when in 2011 when Twitch kind of made it famous, and then now it's kind of integrated through Twitter, through Facebook, through everywhere. It's huge. Exploding. Yeah, it really is.
You need to get in on that.
So use it. I mean, it's just another thing to utilize. Don't be yourself. Put yourself out there. So the last thing that we talked about though was building a legitimate following. So in other words, just don't bullshit. Be yourself.
Bullshit.
Yeah, really. Like don't buy the likes. That's bullshit. No one's gonna like you because you went and bought likes and got 10,000 likes because of it. If you're doing that, you're really just kind of.
They're just gonna call you out. The internet has so many trolls, and you don't want to be on their bad side.
Exactly. So use all this information to your advantage or not. It's really up to you. Bye. Cool. I'm happy with that.
You should start doing like these transitions.
Yeah, right. Next question.
One more time.
Or with, like,
Whoa.
no, with your beat.